The United States needs to come to terms with the Islamic Republic of Iran, this rising revolutionary power, not as a favor to Iran, but to save its own position in the Middle East and avert the strategic catastrophe of another Middle Eastern war. Coming to terms with the Islamic Republic means accepting it as a legitimate political order representing legitimate national interests and as a rising regional power unwilling to subordinate its foreign policy to Washington. No American president since the Iranian Revolution, not even Barack Hussein Obama, has been prepared to do this. But it is a key argument in our book that this is not just the only basis on which diplomacy with Iran can succeed. It is the only way for Obama to avert strategic catastrophe in his second term. There is an important precedent in recent American history for the kind of diplomacy we're talking about. Accepting a rising regional power as a legitimate entity pursuing its interests in a fundamentally rational and defensive way is how President Nixon and Henry Kissinger enabled the historic opening to China in the early 1970s. Their achievement was not to talk to Beijing. Washington had been doing that for years. Their achievement was to accept and to persuade Americans to accept the People's Republic as, in Nixon's words, a nation pursuing its own interests as it perceives them, just as we follow our own interests as we see them. Nixon came to office with a deep understanding that the United States needed rapprochement with the People's Republic. For 20 years, from the time of the Chinese Revolution, the United States had tried to isolate and undermine the People's Republic. It had pursued not just a policy of regime change toward the People's Republic, it recognized this whole other political apparatus based on Taiwan as the quote-unquote real government of China. The results of this policy were disastrous for the United States. It undermined the US position in Asia and got us into the disastrously draining quagmire of Vietnam. Nixon's initiative to realign relations with China saved America's position in Asia after the draining catastrophe of Vietnam and restored Washington's global leadership. If Obama accepted the Islamic Republic in the same way, an equally thorough US-Iranian relations would be possible. Ayatollah Khamenei and the 3 Iranian presidents elected over the course of Khamenei's now 22-year tenure as supreme leader have all said repeatedly that Iran is open to better relations with America, but only on the basis of mutual respect, equality, and American acceptance of the Islamic Republic. Today, engaging Iran on this basis is Obama's single biggest foreign policy challenge. We'll see if he's up to it.